Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bozard Ford studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. We have the city vice mayor recommending parking meters for San Marco Avenue, a preview for today's county commission meeting, a 23-year-old man arrested after a high-speed DUI crash, and a fast coffee chain is adding another store in St. Johns County. We'll get to all that and more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We've got Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, BNS Science, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, and download our app in the Apple App Store. It's awesome. All right, good morning.
Hey, happy Tuesday.
It's the day we reconvene after Labor Day weekend.
We're feeling very blue today.
Yeah.
Bluish.
Don't get in too close.
I know. I'm not going to get too close.
Yeah.
I've got a cold.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Big form of immunity.
You're not scared. He's terrified.
He's terrified. He's terrified. Guess who grew up different?
I walked in with tissues and I was like, don't touch me. I'm sick. And he was like, great. I'm so glad you're talking to my dad all day. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I sound a little congested. That's
Little nasally.
a little nasally today. My bad.
Sounding a little Trumpy though. Not saying the best.
No, not at all. She's not a 80-whatever-year-old man.
You just hear that in your sleep now, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's just that's all the Democrats
Are
here.
you in blue?
No, he's in red.
Red?
Yeah.
No,
so
unfortunately, my blue shirt is still in the dirty clothesbin. So unfortunately, I had to rock with the red today.
it didn't make the rotation.
No,
Yeah.
it unfortunately did not make the rotation.
Last week I tried to shake up the rotation and I just couldn't do it. It's blue first, red second. That's the way it goes.
So how was your weekend?
We had a birthday party. My
Okay.
son,
How
my
did the
son's 14th birthday
Stranger Things go?
Yeah. So we converted my house, or at least a room in my house, into the upside down with a demigorgon and lights and the pipe and drape to black out the whole thing. So it was spooky and the kids loved it and it was fun.
How'd
It
the
was like-
dogs like it?
the dogs got over it. So by the end of the first day, we put together the demigorgon, then we went to bed, and then I came downstairs to go to the show on Friday, I think, and the dogs freaked out.
Yeah.
And by the end of Friday, they were leaning against the demigorgon trying to get pets because I was making a balloon arch, so my hands were busy, so I couldn't pet them. And so they were in the same space, and by that point, they had gotten over the demigorgon's spookiness. And they
Thought it was one of the family.
Yeah, I have a picture. Like, why aren't you petting me? You
yeah.
have hands and you're roughly friend-shaped. Please pet.
Chili made my night fun yesterday
Oh.
and last night.
Why?
I'm not sure what she ate.
Oh,
Whatever she ate did not agree with her, and it was rather explosive.
don't feed her Taco Bell anymore.
That was no. She's a counter surfer, and
Yeah.
she gets into everything. And we're not sure exactly what it was, but at 2:00 in the morning, I heard it.
Oh.
Yeah, she was into Ben, but I
Okay.
mean, it was one of those moments. So,
Dude, that's the worst way to wake
it
up.
was last night. In the middle of the night wasn't as bad as the one early in the evening.
Yeah.
That one was an entire hose down. Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
unfortunate.
no, that's not what you want to hear. I swear
Yeah.
that's the
brown escape.
the alarm clock should be a dog throwing up if you're a dog owner.
I wouldn't hit snooze on that. I'd have a heart attack.
No, you get out of bed immediately.
Yeah. But it would have to have varied sounds.
Yeah.
You Yeah.
It would have to be mixed variations of it.
For sure.
So, and if you could actually tape your own dog
Yeah.
doing it for the alarm.
We had a cat that would throw up every 10 days on clockwork, like clockwork.
Like
it
it's
was
scheduled?
10 days.
Was it a hairball or was it actual throw up?
It was like coughing up a hairball. We gave him hairball food, and like we did things to try. That was just the cat. The cat just did that it was like, I say like clockwork. It was like 7 to 12 days. It was somewhere in that range. And so you never exactly knew. And so there were times I'd be nursing a baby and he would start to hack. And I'm like, I'm about to put this baby down for a nap. I can't get the carpet cleaner out. So I'm chasing the cat. I've got the baby in one arm, nursing, latched, and I'm running through the house trying to get the cat with the other arm so I can get it onto the hard floor so I don't have to like clean vomit on the carpet.
That's mom life. That's part of being a parent.
Yeah. It was, it's a skill.
Yeah. Whew.
Do we have a question of the day?
Question of the day. What is the most grueling job you have ever had?
Despite the one I just described.
Yeah. Yeah. Being a mom can be your answer.
Yeah.
It is an allowable answer.
I would say, so there was a very brief time that I did the meat sampling for Boar's Head. So I was at Publix, and I had a few different Publix stores that I was on the rotation for, and you have to go in, and they don't want you there because you're going to take up space. And I was told, we want you to sample this meat and this cheese, or one of these 3 meats and one of these 3 cheeses. And so I have to go and ask the deli people. I'm not allowed to touch anything. I'm not allowed to cut anything.
Yeah.
You just have to go and, hi guys, can I have this amount of this food? And you got to give me a label, but no charge, so that I can give it to my bosses. And they don't want you there, and they don't want to do it for you. And then you take up their space, and then they know
everything's working against you.
Yeah, and then they know that all the customers are going to ask for what you're
nothing worse
sampling.
than someone mad at you with one of those ugly hats on.
For sure.
That's already intimidating. You already feel like you're in an episode of Breaking Bad being back there.
Yeah, and so it was definitely not a pleasant experience. And then half the people are happy to see you. The other half are like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
And so it's just like a demoralizing experience.
Yeah.
And so I would just sit there and like tidy up my area.
So you were working for Boar's Head, not Publix.
You're working
okay.
as a Boar's Head sampler person. You're working for Boar's Head, not Publix. And so like you've got no rights at Publix. You're just like, okay, well, where will I not be in the way? And they'll straight up look at you and be like, you're going to be in the way anywhere.
Yeah, no matter what.
Okay, well, I still have to do this. So where'd you guys hide my cart? And you have to find it in the back. Like, they don't want you there. It's not a fun job.
You probably have to empty your cart because they put like 6 things on
it
that shouldn't be there.
Because they'll unpack boxes on it, and then you're like, yeah, that's not the
Blake,
that's not
in your
the job.
long, illustrious working career.
Which job for your dad?
No, he's worked other jobs. He's worked other jobs.
I worked 2 other jobs.
All right.
That doesn't involve my dad, but however, I know some of them might be watching this show right now.
Well, you have a very limited. I mean,
Okay.
I'm going to go with you. Haven't had a lot of rough career.
Yeah.
No, but I will say, I'm sorry, Sabine and Stefan. For technicality reasons, I'm gonna have to go with the Le Macaron job. Mainly because of the customers not understanding what a macaron is and constantly correcting them. Oh, this is not a macaroon. This is a macaron. Macaroons are made out of coconut flour. Macarons are made out of almond flour.
So that's the only difference?
Those are shaped differently as well,
Okay.
but that's like the number one thing. Like the Le Macaron owners told us
their definition is.
They recommend it as well. So
Yeah.
and like constantly hearing cookie, Oreo, ice cream cookie. It's being someone that has that's currently on the autistic spectrum.
Yeah, but, hey, you're proving it right now.
Say it right. Say it right now.
Okay, that's the winner.
Yeah. There comes a point where you're like, do you want the pink or the green one?
Yeah.
Pick
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, just pick.
I had to correct someone because of that. Because like the time they had the strawberry key lime one that's pink only.
All right, Blake, your question's over. Dude.
I do like the tie-in between the Alabama coaches.
Don't ask follow-up questions.
No, it's the background picture. He's got the Alabama coaches and the Cracker Barrel original logo and the new Cracker Barrel logo. So Saban's the original
I
logo.
I can't even see that.
Yeah.
It's deserved after.
It's a funny meme.
It's deserved after Saturday.
Yeah. So
Also,
Florida State
congrats,
looked
Mike.
good. Florida State looked good.
Yeah,
So,
they did.
all right. My worst job, and you know, I grew up on a farm. There was some pretty bad jobs, like growing up. Like I'd have to wake up, and we didn't have water at the pig farm, so I'd have to fill up that barrel, and like no matter what the weather is, we had to fill up the barrel to take the 55-gallon drums. There was two 55-gallon drums we took out there.
And it doesn't get like cold in Florida, but it gets cold enough that
It
would
gets
be
cold
miserable.
enough if you're standing in your pajamas barefoot, putting a hose in a barrel. It's not fun.
Yeah.
But that's not my worst job. My worst job was my dad was a butcher, so during Thanksgiving, throwing the frozen turkeys, and that's all I did was, you know, he gave me the worst jobs in the butcher shop so that I would go to college and try and not be a butcher. So, and the frozen turkeys. So by the time you got done at the end of the day, you could not feel your hands.
Yeah.
And you know that pain when your hands are so cold and you put them in warm water.
Oh yeah.
And you just feel that tingle. And that was actually euphoric instead of painful. Because I would have to, like, about every 2 hours, I'd have to just go out and just let my red hands just thaw.
Yeah.
And that was by far the worst job, is frozen turkeys during Thanksgiving at the butcher shop.
Yeah.
So that was
Winter as a dolphin trainer. Like all of the fish has to stay frozen 100% of the time when you're dealing with dolphins. They're top tier predators. They can't handle bacterial loads from rotting anything. So everything has to stay like super frozen and till like right before you feed the dolphin, and then like anything that's not frozen anymore that the dolphin doesn't eat has to go in the trash, like done. So you're just constantly dealing with ice cubes and frozen fish.
Yeah.
And that's fine in the summer, but in the winter and you're outside and you're wet and
Rebecca's
it's cold.
cute. She's saying gloves. Like, yeah, that was
You
happening.
can't wear gloves.
That was happening in DeLand.
Well, it also, like, when you're dealing with frozen stuff, you can't wear gloves because the second it gets wet anyway, then it just freezes to your hand.
I was in the meat department with like 6 other dudes.
Yeah.
You know, my little 15-year-old ass wasn't asking for gloves. So
I did ask.
You have to give up your man card at that point.
I did ask for a dive hood because I was the one that could like use a tank for the longest on scuba gear. So I was the one that was always sent down to do the hand scrubbing because I could dive the longest with the fewest number of tanks. And so I'm like, if I have to do this for an hour every day or every other day, I need a dive hood. Like it's 52 degrees. It takes me 3 hours to stop shivering.
The water is 52?
The water was 52 degrees when I worked there. Oh
my gosh.
And even in a 7 mil wetsuit, like your head's uncovered, you're done.
No,
like,
I would have to have it.
After a hot shower, it would still take 3 hours for me to stop shivering.
Gosh.
And so they saw me blue for, you know, about 2-3 days in a row, and they were like, maybe we should get her a dive hood.
No, and I've had a couple. I mean, because I usually have like 9 jobs at a time, so I've had some really rough ones. I mean, you know, one of the worst ones, if I'd had to continue to do it, is working in the fernery. So I don't know if you know what a fernery is. You know, the ferns that's in all the flower arrangements and stuff like that. Well, that's grown in DeLand and Pearson for the most part. That is the fern capital of the world. And you cut the fern, but you pick the weeds. But the weeds are below the fern. The fern has thorns on it. And also oranges have thorns on it too. So if you have to get up in the middle of an orange, get one in the back. It's good feeling.
They're big thorns.
Yeah, they're nasty. But working in a fernery is probably the hardest work I had to do.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't have to do that very long either.
Someone mentioned being a literal shit stirrer. I did have to clean out a 10-foot tall protein skimmer at an aquarium in New York. And protein skimmer, the protein that's getting skimmed out is poop and fish scales and hair. And so it's essentially a 10-foot tall colon. And every now and again, you have to like put on the cow birthing gloves all the way up to your shoulder, and you have to disimpact the colon of the protein skimmer. I did get to do that once.
I think we could qualify for some of those dirty jobs, what Mike Rowe does or whatever.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is it time for the weather? It's going to rain. Shocking.
Never
it's
would
gonna
have guessed.
actually. It's not going to be extremely hot today. It's only, I think, the high of 83.
There's that cold front.
Yeah. I mean, which would be a heat wave in London. Did you see that?
79's a heat wave.
They call it, like on the news, they call it a heat wave. And I was like, 79?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Like global warming.
But it's going to rain off and on all day long. So just be prepared for it. So rubber boots.
That quick check of the weather brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets, Bin 39, tucked inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday, open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. All right, buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blake's traffic report.
Is someone really doing construction over our studio right now? Like I can hear like the constant rumblings going on. Can you not hear it?
We are directly underneath a construction company. I don't hear it.
I don't hear it.
No.
No.
Oh my goodness, Blake.
All right, traffic's fine.
I was like, I don't see construction on the roads.
Yeah, no
Cloudy day, all the
construction out
camera
there.
colors look pretty much good.
Yeah,
we're good.
it looks like except for top right though, but everything else, the grass on the side looks green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
enough rain.
definitely enough rain.
Moving well. All right. That Hit the Blake's traffic report is brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest through the Hometown Pass program. Sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine one stop at a time. It's September. Doesn't the trolley usually let locals ride free in September? Check out all of those September discounts. Those are fun. All right, moving into the news. Commission eyes big Nights of Lights boost, impact fees, and major rezoning requests at September 2nd meeting. The St. Johns County Board of County Commissioners will meet Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 a.m. in the County Auditorium at 500 San Sebastian View in St. Augustine. The meeting opens with a proclamation recognizing Library Card Sign-Up Month and includes a retirement recognition for Gordon Wilson, Superintendent of the Castillo de San Marcos and Fort Matanzas National Monuments. Following that, the board will review two major funding-related agenda items. First, the commissioners will consider a $1 million funding request from the City of St. Augustine to enhance the upcoming Nights of Light celebration. The Tourist Development Council has already presented funding options totaling $850,000. Final direction on whether the funding will be included in the fiscal year 2026 county budget is expected at that meeting. Next, staff will present proposed updates to the county's impact fee schedule. These revisions reflect discussions from earlier this year and will guide future infrastructure funding for development across the county. In District 5, commissioners will hear a request to rezone and amend future land use maps for approximately 11 acres of land near St. Mark's Pond Boulevard. The request would allow up to 4 single-family homes under a site-specific residential designation. 2 companion items in District 3 involving United Rentals, one for a zoning variance, the other for a rezoning, are also up for public hearing. Both proposals received unanimous recommendations for denial by Planning and Zoning Agency earlier this month. Also on the agenda, the first reading of an ordinance to establish an agricultural advisory board. If approved, the 7-member committee would provide recommendations on matters affecting active farmland and rural interest in the county. The board will also consider appointments to 2 critical volunteer boards, the Cultural Resource Review Board and Affordable Housing Advisory Committee. Dozens of applicants have submitted their names to fill 5 vacant seats across the 2 boards, with recommendations under review from staff and current board members. The consent agenda includes over 25 items ranging from infrastructure easements and utility agreements to grant appropriations, sidewalk projects, trail repairs, drainage improvements, and renovations to the St. Johns County Tax Collector's Annex Office. Also of note, a new non-motorized trail extension agreement from Pope Road and Red Cox Drive, and a naming resolution for the children's room at the new Hastings Community Center and Library. You can watch the full meeting on GovTV, available in the GovTV section of the 904 Now app, or by visiting the 904now.goodbarber.app.
Whew, that was a long story.
That's a long story.
Yeah, I said before that was a long, and I got to the point where I was like, okay, it's going to come to an end, and it didn't come to an end for a while. The important one on that county meeting is the TDC money and how the county is going to vote on whether or not the city is going to get the money.
Okay.
And how it works is TDC is an advisory board. We felt that they deserved the money. How the county was going to give the money was up to the county, if they did it at all, because it goes to the commissioners, and the commissioners make the decision.
Yeah.
The commissioners, I've been talking to the commissioners quite a bit, because I was, one of the ones that was, trying to figure it out from TDC side.
Yeah.
So they consulted with me. Okay, what was the thinking of you when you made this statement?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been talking to them. All of them want to give the money to the city, but they also have to have backup information so they don't violate their own county purchasing. They can't look at the city any differently than they can look at, I hate to throw it out there, but Limelight or one of those that also gets TDC funds.
Yeah.
So they have to have the backup information. I know the city's been working hard to kind of provide that backup information. I don't know if they have it all together enough for the commissioners to make a vote on it today.
Okay.
But in my opinion, if they handle it similar to the way they handle Category 2 and Category 3, which it also gets grants for different groups. Category 3 is the sports side of it. Category 2 is the arts side of it. But it's kind of a reimbursable grant. And I think that might be the way to handle it and still accomplish what the city needs to accomplish and accomplish what the county needs to cover themselves. So, this whole Doge thing has people on edge a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So you can't just I'll just write you an open check and you fill in the blank.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. You got to have those checks and balances.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they're going to get there today. It'll be interesting to see how it goes back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But the city put in a request thinking that was, because they've never had to put in a request like this before, so they didn't know.
Yeah.
There was no procedure in place.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them were kind of at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So hopefully they clean it up today procedurally, and the city gets the money that they need to do what they need to do.
Yeah. I mean, on one side, you don't want it to be too nitpicky and in the weeds that you can't get done what you need to get done. But on the other hand, you also don't want there to be a loophole where you can just write a blank check from a government coffer and anyone can do that.
Well, and if you give $1 million, I mean, it's 850,000. I think they asked it like 1.2, and 850 was what was possibly available to them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to have. I mean, you can't just go to the bank. They don't just say, "Oh, here you go."
Yeah.
Do you want
that ones?
They ask for 9,000 different questions before you get that loan, and this is a similar situation. You got to make sure the deliverables are there.
Yeah.
So
right on.
So, I think they'll figure it out. So I'm hoping
Good.
so.
That'll be interesting to see how that meeting plays out.
Yep.
All right. 23-year-old St. Augustine man arrested for high-speed DUI crash that killed one and maimed another. 23-year-old St. Augustine man is facing serious charges after investigators say he was drunk and driving more than 100 miles per hour when he caused a deadly crash on Interstate 95. Court documents reveal the collision happened on May 4th of last year, just before 11 a.m., southbound near International Golf Parkway. Deputies say Logan Payne Turner was speeding through traffic in a white Ford Mustang at up to 126 miles per hour when he slammed into the back of a Nissan Rogue. The Nissan was forced off the road, up an embankment, and overturned after hitting concrete posts. The driver was ejected and later died at HCA Florida Orange Park Hospital. His female passenger was trapped inside, survived, but lost part of her leg. Witnesses told deputies Turner's smell of alcohol, had slurred speech and bloodshot eyes, and admitted he was the driver. Troopers later recorded him saying he had been drinking earlier at a Clay County whiskey bar. A blood test showed his alcohol level was .169, more than double the legal limit. Crash data confirmed his Mustang was traveling between 107 and 126 miles per hour, more than 50 over the speed limit. Nearly 16 months later, Turner was formally charged with multiple felonies, including vehicular homicide, DUI, manslaughter, and reckless driving causing serious bodily injury. His bond has been set at more than $250,000. Gracious. This is such a tragedy.
23 years old. I mean, just.
So this happened a year ago, so he was 22 at the time.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, there's a lot of lives
yeah,
completely destroyed because of bad decisions.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, don't drink and drive.
Absolutely.
And don't do 107.
Triple digits are not legal, sober or not.
Yeah, and it's worse when you're not.
For sure. All right. Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got A1A Discount Beverage is at $2.99. Sunoco on North Ponce de Leon Boulevards at $3.04. Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevards at $3.05. Sunoco on South Ponce is at $3.05. Gate at US 1 North is $3.06. Circle K on US 1 North is also $3.06. Gate on Mizell Road is $3.07. Mobile and Circle K on South Ponce de Leon Boulevards at $3.09. Owens on South Ponce de Leon Boulevards $3.09. Shell at 146 King Street is $3.09. That Gas Buddy Gas Report brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Got live music today. JC Hatfield Duo is at Milltop Tavern at noon. Jeremy Weinglass is at Michael's at 6 o'clock. Aslan and the Naysayer is at Prohibition Kitchen at 6 o'clock. Smoke and Joe Showers at Ann O'Malley's Deli and Pub at 6 o'clock. Chase Riedman's at Pierre's Pub at 6 o'clock. And Trivia with Troy and Blake at Sonny's Barbecue is at 7 o'clock tonight. Woohoo! That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction, voted best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right, tapping into the trends. I keep seeing the story all over my feed.
Okay.
And so I figured you were the one to come to because you were actually there. You were in the swamp last week. So I keep seeing stories about, we all know there's a boa constrictor problem in the Everglades.
Yeah, python and boa constrictors.
Yeah. So we have the python, like kill fest, whatever it is. You get the permit, you get to go kill the great big giant snakes. So These Burmese pythons have been a scourge in the Everglades. They have no equivalent predators. I mean, alligators can take them out when they're little, but once they get big, they're just decimating the Everglades. Yeah. So we've been looking for all kinds of different ways to take on these pythons. We have robot warfare now being unleashed into the Everglades.
Robot warfare.
Robot warfare. Not just any robots. We have rabbits that are tacked with GPS trackers. Mm-hmm. They have scent signals like bunnies. They have the ability to move around similar to bunnies. And they're being released into the Everglades to tempt the Burmese pythons. So these adorable little kill stuffed animals
got a photo of it.
are getting released into the Everglades to tempt Burmese pythons to swallow them so that hunters and researchers can then track down the Burmese pythons.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on bunny drones to murk?
Yeah, the pythons aren't supposed to be here anyway, so I have no sympathy for the pythons, but it sounds like an expensive way to get there. I think you just open up a couple more days and let the Florida boys go.
Well, I mean, they have it just, is it a month or is it a couple of weeks?
It's just a couple weeks. Yeah.
Why isn't it just open season?
Yeah, I don't know. And there are hunters that they're what is it called? Pests that control like there's certain ones that have licenses
that can do it.
That can do it if like the snake comes into your area or something like that. You can give this guy a call and they'll come get it. But I just think they just need to open it up a little bit more, and they need to regulate the gators a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, gators are still pretty healthy right now, but it seems like they've kind of opened up the gator hunting a little bit more than they should, and the python hunting, they haven't opened it up enough.
Yeah.
So I mean, these guys know. I mean, they got algorithms and everything going. Mm-hmm. So I mean, what's happening with the population? How quickly they populate?
I mean, one nest, you can get like 50 of these pythons out of a single nest. That's crazy. I follow a guy on YouTube that is one of those guys that is licensed to remove pythons from the Everglades.
Yeah. And
he's a content creator. So he just barefoot walks through the Everglades and yoinks all of the animals that are invasive, and he'll help animals across the road so that they don't get crushed if they're native. And if they're non-native, he yoinks them, and that's his catchphrase.
I mean, those big snapping turtles are scary to me. I'm more afraid of them than I am an actual gator.
That is a toe gone. You step in the wrong place. Well,
that's fingers gone. For
sure. If you grab in the wrong place.
If you guys have never seen a true snapping turtle or a gator turtle,
they're terrifying.
Yeah, they look like dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
They look like dinosaurs. So
I don't think robot bunnies are going to help with the snapping turtles.
Well, and I don't understand how they keep the gators from getting the bunnies and how they know the difference. Like, do they show up and go, it's a gator?
I think they just show up, and
those things can't be cheap.
There's 120 of them that have been released right now in a pilot program.
Okay.
So it's 120, and they're going to see how it goes.
Okay. It can't be cheap.
We'll see.
It's fake bunnies.
I mean, put an Apple AirTag inside a stuffed bunny.
Yeah. Just put in one of those little mice things on a string.
We can make this happen cheaper.
Yeah.
We don't need to do full on.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the most cost effective way to make this happen. I say just let the rednecks go.
Yeah, for sure.
Let the Florida men be Florida men.
That was our argument for the Jurassic World movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's this whole you've got dinosaurs everywhere, and what are we gonna do to coexist? My husband and I are like,
they're not going to make it.
Make it legal to hunt them?
Yeah.
They done.
Yeah.
There are absolutely people with the skill. There are people that helicopter
with the weapons, too.
They've got the weapons and the helicopters, and they would take out. The dinosaurs would not be a problem.
They've been looking for a reason to use that 50 mil.
The only way the Jurassic World movies, the last two, the only way they work is in a world where you have bleeding heart liberals that don't allow hunting.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Because other than that, the rednecks are like, I've been waiting for this day.
I can get that one.
We can make this happen.
Let's bait her up.
I know.
I mean, our guys would be riding like Velociraptors with guns.
Sure. There would be at least one Florida man in cut-off jorts riding a velociraptor through the Everglades.
Yeah.
Swinging a Burmese python like a lasso.
With one flip-flop on. The other one got blown out, so he just threw it.
Yeah,
So.
for sure.
So, no, I mean, it just seems like, to me, it seems like a lot to go through just to kind of open it up a little bit.
A very expensive way to try and get rid of Burmese pythons.
Yeah, or figure out a way to sterilize the pythons that are legally here, because what it is it's these pythons come into the country, they get too big, and people release them.
Yeah, in the pet market.
In the pet market. But if you can sterilize the
the Bob Barker of pythons.
no, but
spay and neuter your pythons every.
I mean,
it's legit. I mean, it's legit.
I mean, but if you can sterilize them at that level, then it's going to control the wild population here.
We just had the anniversary of Hurricane Andrew, and they said that the reason the pythons are so bad in the Everglades right now is because Hurricane Andrew just decimated all these pet shops and just blew them into the Everglades.
Yeah.
That was like the event that made it really, really bad.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So, Pete, if you're watching, Jason agrees. Florida Man Python contest. Catch the python. We're doing a civic service, by the way.
Yeah.
Training future Florida men to go get the pythons.
We can get those guys that can yoink them out of the Everglades, put them in a kiddie pool, and you just got to wrestle it. Whoever gets the biggest python, barehanded, that's your python. That's your Florida man.
Just make a wallet out of them.
All right.
They're not supposed to be here.
They're not. I was going to make a joke for an intro, but I won't. St. Augustine Vice Mayor floats paid parking meters for San Marco Avenue. In St. Augustine, the debate over parking is picking up again, this time along San Marco Avenue. During a recent budget workshop, Mayor Barbara Blonder floated the idea of adding parking meters along one of the city's busiest commercial corridors. She called the lack of paid parking a missed opportunity and suggested that revenue could eventually support a dedicated travel lane into downtown. Assistant City Manager Reuben Franklin explained that while meter revenue varies, some locations can bring in hundreds of dollars a day. Right now, San Marco Avenue has a 2-hour parking limit, but Blonder said it's rarely enforced, effectively allowing for unlimited parking. Franklin admitted enforcement is difficult since the city can no longer mark tires with chalk without metered parking. It's very difficult, he said. The discussion came just after the city commission voted to raise fines for serious parking violations, like blocking driveways, from $35 to $100. Expired meter tickets, however, remain at $25. Blonder emphasized that she's not pushing for an immediate change, but wants the city to start thinking about the potential benefits. I wanted to get that out there and get us thinking about it, she said, and position us in a better place to make a case for a transit lane. Well, thanks for putting it out there so we can think about it.
Well, I mean, if they're going to have the transit lane, it's going to eliminate one of those parking lanes anyway to have the transit lane. So I mean, it's just investigative, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I think it's a revenue that the city, the city's doing pretty well right now, the way they position themselves. They're in good position, but the city has a lot of schools, and Flagler College takes up a lot of land, and cities survive off of ad valorem dollars, where churches and schools don't pay.
Yeah. So
if you think about downtown, some of the most expensive properties are owned by schools and churches.
Yeah.
So that's a little rough for the city to operate with that too. So they need to look at every possible revenue source, especially when things go in the other direction, which they always do. There's an ebb and flow with our economy. So I'm completely okay with the investigation of it. The shop owners on San Marco might have to make some adjustments, but I don't think it's so earth-shattering that it can't happen.
Yeah.
So
more parking. I mean, investigate all you want. I don't like it. I get it. We need money. I don't like it.
Yeah, and Barbara Jean, they did get rid of the meters. They're talking about actual you got to go to the kiosk,
hub and get the ticket.
pay and go back. So like, as far as actual meters go, we're talking about the kiosk, that system, not put a quarter in that we used to have.
What's the argument for ADA accessibility to make someone have to go down to a location, pay at a hub, and then come back? That you're forcing extra steps on people that might be unwelcome.
I don't know how that works. So.
All right. Third Dutch Bros store planned in St. John's. Another Dutch
What
Bros.
is it? Dutch Bros?
Dutch Bros coffee shop.
Dutch Bro.
It's brewing in St. Johns County. A new application has been filed for a store at the intersection of State Road 16 and Green Acres Road, just east of I-95. The proposal comes from NNN Retail Development, with the property owned by St. Augustine Retail at State Road 16 LLC. Records show the undeveloped 1-acre parcel was purchased for $500,000 back in 2020. Dutch Bros is already building a footprint in Northeast Florida. One location is open on McCoy Way near Palencia, and another under construction on Racetrack Road. In Jacksonville, the company opened its first shop last November on Roosevelt Boulevard, added another on Argyle Forest, and has plans for a third on Normandy Boulevard. The Oregon-based chain has become a popular stop nationwide for its drive-through service, specialty drinks, and coffee creations. It's not the only new restaurant in the works. A separate pre-application has also been filed for a 2,700 square foot Panda Express in the World Commerce Center off of I-95 International Golf Parkway. Both projects signal that growth along I-95 corridor shows no signs of slowing down. Dutch Bros sounds like a paint shop.
Yeah. No, I mean, another coffee shop. How many coffee shops are there? I mean, it's like a mattress store. How many people? Yeah. There's like 40,000 mattress stores.
Everyone sleeps.
Yeah,
not
but you only
everyone
buy a
drinks
mattress.
bean water.
At least you buy coffee like every day.
Yeah.
But like, you buy a mattress like once every 6 or 7 years.
Supposed to do it at least every 8 years.
Okay. But yeah, but you buy coffee every day, so I don't know. There's just I'd rather support a group like Kookaburra, who's local than
not an Oregon-based chain
or
that's become popular nationwide.
That wouldn't really turn me off. So, and that other Seattle one. So
yeah.
But we will take your sponsorship money.
Go local. If you're gonna do a chain, at least do like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, like Boston.
I don't know. Like Dutch Bros. It doesn't.
I've never even heard of them.
Don't go in their oven though. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Wow.
I think I was dark. I think I was in it last night. Chili.
All right, Troy. How do you want to check the comments?
On this Tuesday, I will toil tirelessly and travel through the tumultuous tidings of the tribe.
That tumultuous travel is brought to you by BNS Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Also brought to you by St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom or prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usiana Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, Troy, give us a comments report.
All right. So we have BP at 307, Speedway at 306, Racetrack at 304.
Yep.
Didn't get a Costco, and Blake, you were up there. Did you see the Costco price?
I did not see a Costco price today.
All right. Well, not today, but I mean, you were up there yesterday.
Yesterday was $274 for a regular, $329 for a premium.
All right. So we got that. As far as horrible jobs, people were, I think poop stir was legit. I would not want to be a server. I'd rather be a poop stirrer than be a server. First off, I'm terrible at it. I start talking, I forget to bring back what I was supposed to bring back. I would be terrible. And people were saying about overnight shifts. I didn't mind those at all. It gave me my day. Yeah. So when the few times I had to do that, then it was okay. Bobby, thank you, Bobby, for the information. If you have a handicap placard and the person placard is for you, parking is free.
Okay.
So I did not know that. So thank you, Bobby, for that information. So that explains having to go to that kiosk.
Yeah.
Completely makes sense. ADA. And I'm good with that. Yeah. So, all right.
Very nice. All right. Do we have a Stoidum stat today?
We do have a Stoidum stat. On this day, 1944, George Herbert Walker Bush was shot down. All right. He ended up, he was on a bombing mission in the Pacific at Chichijima. I know I said that perfectly.
Perfect accent.
My Japanese is so strong.
It is.
With a southern accent. But
it's the beard.
He was able to, he had to ditch the plane in the Pacific. He was able to get out. He was in a raft for 4 hours. Submarine came and picked him up. Can you imagine your Uber's a submarine? So submarine came and got him. The other two men in his plane did not make it, but he was able to complete the mission before he had to ditch the plane. He was actually shot down twice. I didn't know that. Yeah. He was shot down one other time. He had to ditch the plane in the Pacific one other time. He flew 58 combat missions during World War II.
Okay.
And he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, which is the highest honor with the Navy there, I guess, with that. And he had many, many medals. So a true war hero.
Yeah, he was. I learned about that. I wrote President George Herbert Walker Bush as a child after the Gulf War in the 90s, 1990. I wrote asking the president, because, of course, he's going to answer some little kid in Florida asking if that was going to be, if there was going to be another war. And obviously I didn't get, an actual answer back. I got, the form letter back and then an information book on the president. And I'm sure it was an auto pen or a stamp or something, but it had a signature and the whole deal. Cool. So I thought it was really cool.
Still cool.
So I learned
the fact that they responded at all.
They did. They replied. The White House replied.
Because the government doesn't always respond.
What? So yeah, I did get a book back. So I haven't actually done it with my kids yet, but I wonder if the White House still sends letters back to kids. I should have my kids
you should try it out
and see if they get it. So I suggest you try it. Just because when I was in 4th or 5th grade, I definitely got a book from the White House with information about George H.W. Bush.
And we try and respond to all our fan mail. Sorry if we didn't hit all of you guys that have written us letters and, sent us all that.
Put the P.O. boxes in the comments. Let's see what we get in the mailbox. All right, that's Stoidum Stat brought to you by St. Augustine Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right at the corner of Riberia and MLK. Brave the rain today and get yourself a slice because it's delicious.
They are open today.
Do you have plugs?
Plugs today. We do have trivia at Sonny's.
Yep.
We are still starting trivia tomorrow night at Amici's. So we're doing back-to-backers on trivia nights. So, if you're out there, come out and see us, drop in, say hi to Blake. I don't know how long I'll be there tonight, but Blake will be there all night.
See if you can spot Troy at Sonny's.
Yeah.
Don't forget to, Blake, do you have any plugs?
No plugs.
Did you hear about Waldo having to go to therapy?
Yeah.
He was trying to find himself.
I know. R.I.P. Pour one out for Waldo.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook,
Dad joke
Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, and also Rumble. We got Bollocks tonight and trivia. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.